Happy Easter weekend. It's Friday, and I had thought about it. I was going to say Happy Good Friday, but since great things did not happen on Good Friday, I always feel a little weird saying that. So happy Easter weekend, because Sunday is a day of celebration, if that's something you celebrate. If not, this might just be a commercial holiday for you too. And the ideas I'm going to share today are for whichever it is that you're doing. So I have 5 different things I want to share with you today. Let's get started on it because I know it's Friday. I know everyone's busy. I can see you all here, and I will have a guest on this show who will be on for a short while just to share one of the ideas that she did. So another fellow mom. If you are new, please write new in the comments. That's always helpful, especially if you're watching the replay as well, because I'd love to give you a shout out. And this will also be up on my YouTube channel, so thanks so much for watching wherever it is. If you are new to me, my name is Sara Haley. I am a real mom, like a really real mom. Like, look at my belly. This is my third baby. This will be my third baby. I'm about almost 32 weeks pregnant with number 3, and I have a 6-year-old and an almost 3-year-old. Maybe you already know that about me. Although I'm well known for my pre- and postnatal exercise specialty, I love to also share ideas to have fun with your kids. One of them will be fitness related today, but because to me, being healthy and being fit is all about having fun as well. Okay, so let's get to it. If you want to read more about me, you can go to sarahaley.com. So the first idea that I have for you is an egg snack. And I have to give it up to my friend Jen because I actually have a new team member on part of sarahaley.com, and it's my new assistant Jen, who is also going to soon be a mom of 3. So I'm going to bring her on real quick. She's going to share the idea that she did it with her kids. It's also up on my blog. Maybe Jen can put the link to that here too. I tried it with my kids this morning and I forgot a really important component. So I'll just have her give you a brief rundown of what she did and what you need to do to make it successful, because I forgot a key component. Okay, Jen, I'm going to bring you on. And if you haven't seen a dual broadcast on Facebook yet, it's super fun, because you're going to see split screen here in a second. I'm inviting you. She put the link up there. Yay! Hey, Mama.
Hey, I don't know where to look. Okay.
You can look at your camera unless you're talking, specifically to me. I know it's a little crazy too, but that's how I feel as well. So you guys, this is Jen, and she has an Easter egg craft/snack. It's actually kind of crafty too, that she's going to share with you.
So I went ahead and threw the link up to the Easter craft in this video, but I basically just took an egg holder, which you can use an egg carton, but I happen to have chickens, so I bought this little cute one with holes, and then I just open up some plastic Easter eggs and put them inside and fill them with little treats and snacks. We try and keep it healthy at our house, so I did blackberries and strawberries, almonds. You can do cheese, you can do pretzels, you can do really anything you want. You could do candy if you wanted to, but like I said, we trying to keep it healthy, and the kids loved it. My almost 2-year-old is really picky, really picky. He just he's hard.
we all have one of those.
Yeah, he tried cucumbers for the first time when we did this the other day. So it might help.
That's awesome. And you guys, it's really because the eggs are so small, that's what's so great, like she's saying about it, because they only really have to try a little bit. But sometimes just getting that little bit of green in them is so helpful.
Right.
Well, thanks so much for sharing, Jen, and thanks for putting it up on my blog too. You guys, the key component was the egg cartons, because I went to do it with my kids this morning and I just had them in the eggs and they're just like rolling around and everything was spilling out. And I went and looked on my blog, as I should know, and I'm like, oh, she used the egg cartons. So that is the key component. And I also think it's a great way to use your eggs after Easter, because I know I had to kind of sneak some out because, clearly the Easter bunny has not been here yet. So try that with your kids this weekend, or try it after Easter too. Thank you, Jen, so much.
Bye.
Did you just see my leftover Christmas wrapping paper over there when I flip my camera around? So that's idea number one, is to do a healthy Easter snack. And then, on Easter, if you do your jelly beans and stuff, you can obviously do them that way too. It's a really great way for portion control, not only for the kids, but for mama too. And if you guys have any ideas, please feel free to put them in the comments, or if you have any questions too. Okay, so number two is an Easter craft. Obviously, there's tons of them on Pinterest, but I like to be crafty, but I don't like to be crafty, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't like it to be a ton of work. So I'm constantly looking for the crafts that I actually have the materials in my house, because I don't know about you, but sometimes when I go to do some of these Pinterest crafts, all of a sudden I don't have anything that they have, because it's like the most odd things. So this one's really easy. I'm going to have Jen put the link up in there too, of a really fun, easy craft that I did with my kids. You don't need anything. It's Crafty Morning, which is one of my favorite people to follow for holiday crafts. And she gives a template there, but I didn't even use the template. I just did my own. So we'll throw up the link there here in a second. There it is. It's a cute little Easter bunny. I should have brought my kids' versions up because they were really hilarious. Literally all you need is construction paper and googly eyes. And if you don't have googly eyes, you can obviously draw the eyes. Surprisingly, I have an entire mason jar of googly eyes. Yeah, Kathleen, right? I mean, sometimes the things they're asking for are just like ridiculous. So that's a super easy one that you can do this weekend. It looks like a little Easter bunny coming out of the grass, and it was really easy. My almost 3-year-old did it without any problems. So you should be fine. As long as they can glue and mommy can cut, we're good. So that's number two. Number three, I was just going to share a couple of my favorite books. I know I've actually gotten randomly a lot of comments and sometimes emails about what my favorite books are for the holidays. You obviously could order these overnight on Amazon Prime. You could go to your library. You could go to your local bookstore. But I just wanted to share a couple of these, and I think Jen's sharing the links too. So this one is, if you guys know Max and Ruby, Max Counts His Chickens. It's a really great one for the little kiddos. This is one of my kids' favorite ones for practicing their counting. And, there's obviously a cute little surprise that happens in the book. That's number one. Number two, this is their current favorite, because who doesn't love Curious George? Stickers also come with this, which is really fun, so they can put the stickers in the book. But of course, it's Curious George up to his usual shenanigans on Easter, which is super cute. I can't give away the story. You have to read it yourself. And then this is one you might not know. This is one that I grew up on, and it's the Country Bunny and the Little Gold Shoe. So shout out to my mom. This is really sweet, especially if your kids have, questions about the Easter Bunny and what happens when the Easter Bunny gets old. It's kind of like how the tradition is carried on. And I think that's what the cool part is too, is more than anything, it's about traditions and how we carry them on and pass them down to our young. So really, really cute book. It is, it's not all pictures. There's quite a bit of story to it. So I know my current status is my 6-year-old loves to snuggle up next to me and listen to books like this. And my almost 3-year-old goes kind of in and out as he pleases. So those are the books that I highly recommend. Again, this one I can't recommend enough. It's one of my favorites. All right, so that's number three. We got snacks, we got crafts, we got books. We have a game slash kind of the meaning of Easter. We are Christian in my household, but I wouldn't necessarily say that we're super religious. I really focus on getting the meaning of the holidays across to my kids more than anything else. So I was just kind of playing around with some stuff yesterday with Landon, who's my 6-year-old, and I spelled out Easter. I don't need to spell it for you, but obviously Easter. Now he is a kindergartner and learning to read, and he's actually reading. So this was a good way for him to practice his spelling and kind of, do word association or letter association. So we were talking about what Easter's all about, and my version is that it's about hope and forgiveness and new beginnings. So, you know, a kid's interpretation of that is essentially, you know, reflecting on doing good things for others and how we can just be better versions of ourselves. So I took each letter and I said to him, give me something that has to do with that starts with E. And he, the first one he came up with immediately, I'll give you a couple of his examples. He said, eat all your food. And I said, do you mean eat good food? He said, no, eat all your food. And so we talked about how, you know, being grateful for having good food and having the ability to eat food and having food available to you, because not everybody does. So it kind of led to that conversation. I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. I'm just seeing, I was just seeing who of you guys are on here. It's so fun to look. I have to kind of switch back and forth. And then A, for A, I mean, these are just giving you guys some ideas. A, we did, it was harder for him, so I kind of put one in, I kind of gave him this one, which was, and it's actually for me more than anything else, accept the things you cannot change. Any of you who've been pregnant know the stage I'm at, which is just, I'm in a big body that doesn't move as easily. And for somebody who's fitness focused, like that's not always the easiest thing to accept. So that was more for me. That was more for Mama. Accept the things that you cannot change. But we did talk about, you know, what that meant for him too. S, he immediately came up with, we kind of bounced around a bunch of S words, and he liked the word support, and he said, support my brother, which I thought was adorable. And so I asked him what that meant, and he said, well, that would mean doing something nice for me. Coincidentally, just quick little funny story, Liam dropped his nap, that's my younger one, and he had fallen asleep on the floor, face down, no pants on because he had taken off his underwear because he'd actually accidentally wet his pants. He was face down, butt up. So Landon came over and put his feet together and then put a blanket on him, which I thought was adorable. Yeah, Kathleen, I hope you like this idea. I mean, we was totally spur of the moment. T, he kept coming up with things for his brother, which I thought was great. Teach your brother, and so we talked about what he could teach Liam, and then we're back to E again. E was, finding another E was hard for him, so again, I jumped in here. I said you could earn someone's trust, or for us adults, you could eliminate something that you don't need in your life, or somebody you don't need in your life. So that was kind of mine. And then the last one, of course, was R, and he said read, and I said, what could we read about? And he said we could read a book about Easter. So that's ours. Sorry, that was a little bit lengthy, but you guys get the idea. So spell out Easter and have them come up with different things that have to do with the holiday, but they don't necessarily have to do with the holiday, if you know what I mean. All right, so that's the game I have for you, game. And if you don't have kids, I think it's a great one for you to do for yourself or do with your partner, and just kind of reflect on what this time of year means to you, even if you don't necessarily celebrate Easter. But I think spring is equivalent to all those things too, renewal and new beginnings. All right. And then lastly, I think Jen's going to throw up a link to my Easter workout. If you guys get my newsletter, if you don't get my newsletter, go to sarahaley.com/newsletter, but it was in my newsletter. It's a super quick workout. I know holidays are a really hard time for me to fit in a workout. So this is an easy one that you can do with the kids. It all is, of course, Easter themed, and if you only do the circuit once, it'll probably take you all of 5 minutes. If you do it a couple times, it could be 15 to 20 minutes. So check that out. I think that's all I have for you today. I'm giving a big shout out again to Jen. Thanks for coming on. It's just so fun to have another face on the show with me. And I'm vlogging every day in April. Are you sure that's what it is, Jen? I think it's sarahaley.com/newsletter. Double check that link. But I'm vlogging every day, which is why you're seeing so much of me. Just a little challenge for myself to, get better at this and keep delivering you all new material. All right, so happy Easter weekend. I might see you on here. Okay, thanks for watching. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, bye.